Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and shit just got real on Winter's Elementary. Welcome to the Paramina Rift in Final Fantasy XII. One of my favourite ice areas of all time in any video game. All the more unusual because if you just saw where we just stepped out of, we just came out of a tropical jungle, and basically on one end of this zone out here, on the other side of this is the Galmore jungle, which is a tropical jungle, which I don't know how they explain that in this game, the fact that there are so many strange like biomes like right up next to each other, but who cares, it's a great video game. Yeah, basically we're at this point in Final Fantasy XII where we just left I just beat the Elder Worm in Galmore Jungle. And yeah, I'll save the current game, why not? And we're on our way to Mount Bur-Amisace in order to declare some shit or whatever, so... It just goes to show how much respect I have for one of my favourite games of all time. But yeah, I'm not really concerned with the story here right now. Just like in Twilight Princess, what I love about the Paramina Rift, in similar fashion to the Snow Peak region in Twilight Princess, I just love the way it looks. Similarly to Snow Peak, you just have this real sense of just isolation, wilderness, just unforgiving terrain and climate, and I adore that. I can never get enough of that kind of thing, so... yeah, here we are. For those of you who haven't seen Final Fantasy XII before, it's got kind of like an open world action RPG style, which is based on, you can pretty much program how you want your characters to behave using a gambit system, pretty much, and then like you just kind of leave them have at it then, I guess, is what you do. Now it's actually like you can make it like really simple. Like my one is really quite simple the way it's set up at the moment. Just basically attack, steal, attack, and cure, and nothing else. But sorry, I'm just like trying to show off like how amazing this vista is here, just how amazing everything looks. I adore it. It's just such a cool area, but you can actually like make it like really quite complex, and what you can do is you can set... I'm gonna attack you. You can actually like go ahead and override them as well, like if you want, just like I did there. You can always you always have the option of pulling up the menu and overriding what commands the characters have chosen for themselves, like that. Just like I'm gonna do here, and I'm only like attacking these guys because they're an easy target, and you get like good you pretty much just get good experience off of them, and as well you can steal like good expensive stuff off them as well that you can sell for a lot of money, so why not? They're here, we're in the Paramina Rift, why not just take out the little plants? Plus their death animation is just adorable. Their death animation is adorable. The way that it shows like the top half of their head just like floating in the air, like the top half of their head just noticed, like in a cartoon or something, that it's after dying, and then it just like falls down to the ground. But yeah, it was only pretty much just pure luck that I was actually able to record this, because I had like a game file.
Down city streets.
Oh, sorry, Baltier's talking, everyone's gotta shut up.
And so I sue for peace, to stop short war and ease their suffering.
Go,
My
Larsa.
father will choose peace.
Even though you're misguided
You sound sure
and
yourself.
naive.
You can never know another, even your father.
Aww. Like, Larsa is one of my favourite characters in this game.
Don't take it the wrong way, Kay?
I adore him as a character. Like, just the kind of like pressures he's up against and things like that, and like he has pressures coming from his own sense of moral justice from within, and he has the pressures of this lot of garbage coming from without, I guess.
The Senate hates the very fact that House Solidor exists. By necessity. We must find reason to silence them.
And like, I know, unless you played the game, you're not going to have a clue what's going on right
Necessity?
now, but
Aye,
at least in this part of the game, there isn't really
necessity.
anything
Does
spoilery
that
or
word
anything like
free
that
you?
in
I
the
wonder.
cutscenes or anything.
You
So
show no hesitation to
Don't
solve
worry about
matters with
that.
blood.
The sword of House Solidor cannot be left to rust in doubt. It was you, Excellency, who tempered that sword.
I must say, like, Final Fantasy
Is
XII
this your idea of vengeance?
has, like, almost of all Final Fantasy
my
games,
idea of
some of my
necessity.
favorite, first of all, storytelling, pacing,
If we do not
scripting,
act now, it is
like
not only
everything
our
about like the way
future
this
you
game is
imperil.
presented. I love it. I adore it.
So, you would dirty your hands to keep his clean.
Like, and the voice acting as well is
My
like
hands are
top
stained
notch.
with blood. I see little reason to stay them now.
Oh,
So they are. And so House Solidor lives on.
like, and that's the thing. Like, everyone has their own motivations in this game. Like, even though like like it seems like, oh, he's like the evil emperor or whatever. Like, you know, like any idiot can tell that's what the game is trying to tell us, even if you haven't played it, even if you just saw that cutscene. Like, actually, like, I really don't know, like, how actually evil he is, or if it's just, oh, well, that's the way being an emperor is, or that kind of way. Like, if you're an emperor, then that's your job, is to... If you're an emperor of an empire, well, that's your job and your responsibility is to, that's your job and your responsibility is to try and like take over neighboring kingdoms or that kind of way. That's just the way of the world, you know. And actually, how evil he is as a person, that's like something that I would like actually argue against, really, or that kind of way, because he's not really that evil, really. Would you be casting dark on me before you got a chance to heal? But yeah. As you can see, like, just very... Oh my god, Pinello's dead. Great. And I got a sturdy bone. That's okay, we can Phoenix down her right up here. I'm probably, like, playing, like, really sloppily right now, but that's just because... Do I even know what direction I'm going here? I'm pretty sure, actually, like, to continue in the game, we want to go up and to the east there, but I kind of want to show off this area. And that's what I was just saying, like, pretty much... I kind of, like, pretty much, like, I might be, like, playing really sloppily here, so forgive me, but, like, really and truly my main agenda here is just to kind of show off the game and show off the area for those of you maybe who haven't played this Final Fantasy game, or who have only played kind of, like, more classically set up Final Fantasy games, to just give you an idea of how, like, a non-turn-based Final Fantasy game can actually even look and even appear or whatever. I don't even know my way around here anymore, but I'm looking for, like, a really specific area, and I think this is it. I'm looking for that kind of, like, really cool, like, frozen river. There's, like, I think it's actually called the Frozen River, because it just looks really, really, really cool. And as an ice area, it just is stunning. Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Isn't this it, the Frozen River? The Frozen Brook, that's what it's called now. Don't you be standing on that track, you hear? What was I saying? I was saying, like, something, and I can't even remember what it was. But then it wouldn't be a RockPaperMario video if that didn't happen at least 10 times every single video, would it? No, I don't think I want to go in there. I just kind of want to show off, like, this area and what it looks like, this Frozen Brook area, because it's just, like, it's just cool. I mean, and that's, like, the whole point of these Winter Elementary videos, is just to, like, showcase the game. Like, there's no other ulterior motive other than to just, like, show, oh, this is a cool game. Okay, don't anyone use magic near that thing. Are they, like, attacking each other? Or is he just, like, using shell on it? Okay, you stay away from that, like, stay away from them. that like ice elemental thing, basically if you use magic near it, it'll like attract it, and no way are we going to like be able to take out that thing. Pretty much, like the game pretty much doesn't even want you to try and attack them. Like the game is set up in such a way that like they're just like way too powerful. Like don't even try. So yeah. Like, what I like about Final Fantasy XII is just how fluid it is. Like, I mean, if you think, like, okay, where are we even going right now? We're, like, like, leaving the area, it seems. Why not? Like, if you even think, like, how many enemies have we defeated and how many, like, battles have we had, I don't think this is, like, the direction I should be going to, like, get to the next part of the game, but... Because, as I say, I'm pretty sure I should have, like, gone up and to the right back there if I wanted to, like, continue, but... Do you know what, let's do that. Just to, like, continue in the Paramina Rift. But if you think about, like, in a conventional, like, turn-based Final Fantasy game, like, that's kind of one of the things that kind of really, gets time consuming, especially like in the PS1 games. Like if you like think of I don't even know what a big frog is doing out here in a frozen river anyway. It's like get back to the museum, DINOSA, you are a dinosaur. Like even especially like in the PS1 games, like Final Fantasy IX is probably top billing for my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. Like, it's definitely up there, without a shadow of a doubt. But playing that game and actually trying to get stuff done and trying to do multiple battles and things like that, like between like the loading animations, like between like the time it takes for a battle to load, and then like the big like sweeping camera angle crap that you have going on. Between like the big sweeping camera angle crap that you have going on before the battle even starts, it's like everything is just so time consuming, you know? That's something that obviously isn't as bad then in Final Fantasy X. Like in Final Fantasy X, that's not as much of an issue. Do you know what? Just like attack that one skeleton, because otherwise we're gonna get stuck here for like a million years fighting potions. But like, as I say, that's something that really kind of like is a little bit time consuming about like the PS1 Final Fantasy titles. And then like you have like this, you take like this game and there's like no breaks whatsoever. It's just battle after battle. You're in a big open world, no loading screens, no nothing. You have like the freedom for an area to be really big without the worry that it's going to be irritating for people to have loads of like random battles. If you have like an area that's that big, because that's the problem, is if you have like a really big area in a Final Fantasy game, or a really long area, what happens is it gets frustrating because it takes so long to get through there, because there are so many random battles. And in this game you don't have that issue. You can have an area that's as big as the Osman Plains, or as big as long as the Paramina Rift or whatever, and it's not really that big of an issue because there's no kind of breaking up the momentum. And yeah, here we are. We've got through the Paramina Rift safely, and we've made it to Mount Baramoses, where the story shall continue. But yeah, Final Fantasy XII, as I say, like has some really, really strong points like going for it, in my opinion. Like, as I say, the scripting, the presentation, just the way the game looks, the storytelling, the pacing, the voice acting, the enemy design, just the all-out vastness of the game, like just how much stuff there even is to do. Like, you cannot even imagine, those of you who haven't played this game, you cannot even imagine like how much other stuff there is to do other than just the main storyline stuff. It's absolutely crazy. So like, if you like any sorts of RPGs, or if you like Final Fantasy and you haven't played this game, then just do it. It is so good, and I don't know why it just Well, maybe it is. I don't know. For me, it never seems to be considered up there with the best Final Fantasy games of all time, and for me it totally is. So we'll end off here on this beautiful image of Vaughn against the beautiful blue sky, and I will say thank you very much for watching Final Fantasy XII as part of Winter's Elementary, and I will see you next time. Bye now.